During the day, I'm just another countless HVAC technician working for a big company. But at night, I hustle on the side, doing extra jobs for customers who need their systems fixed or upgraded. It's a lot of work, but it keeps me sharp and makes a decent bit of extra cash. Last year, I took on a job to install a new heater in a customer's basement. It was supposed to be straightforward. A couple of days of labor and I would be done. Little did I know, those 2 days would stretch into 3, and the job would come with a side of irregularities I wasn't expecting. The first day, things started off normal enough as I arrived at the customer's house, an aging Victorian home that had seen better days. Their basement was dim and musty, the kind of place that felt like it needed to be aired out, but I shrugged it off and got to work. While prepping my space, I kept thinking I saw shadows in the corners that seemed to disappear whenever I glanced toward them, but I told myself it was just a low light playing tricks on me. But by the second day, my sense of unease was growing. As I worked, I began to hear faint giggling, like children's laughter, coming from somewhere around me. I would stop and listen harder, but the sound always dissipated before I could pinpoint it. My experience told me to check for any loose pipes for odd noises, but everything seemed in order. Still, the laughter persisted, like distant echoes from long ago. That night, while I was drilling brackets in the place, out of the corner of my eye, I saw what looked like a shadow moving swiftly across the room. I spun my head around, but nothing was there. I tried to convince myself it was just exhaustion playing tricks on me, and I tried to shake it off, but it was hard to ignore the feeling of being watched. On the third day, my strange feelings continued. I woke up that morning feeling off, aching joints, chills, a general sense of tiredness. But I shrugged it off, thinking it was just the strain of working in that humid, damp basement for so long. But as the day progressed, my flu-like symptoms worsened. By the time I finished up the installation and packed up my tools, I could barely stand upright. My head was throbbing, and I was starting to feel nauseous. I barely made it home, and as soon as I got into bed, I was hit with a full-blown fever. I started shivering under my covers, shaking nonstop. I spent nearly the next 9 days entirely in bed, fighting off whatever had taken a hold of me. My physician said it was likely a viral infection, but it was strange how quickly it hit me and how long it seemed to linger around. During that time, I couldn't shake the feeling that it was connected to my hallucinations, and the house where I had done the installation even seemed to haunt me in my dreams. I kept seeing those shadows, hearing those giggles, and feeling the suffocating atmosphere of that dungeon. Every time I closed my eyes, I was back there, working alone in that eerie place. When I finally fully recovered, I returned to the customer's house for the remainder of my payment, and I asked several times if everything seemed to be okay with their new system. The customer seemed puzzled by my repetition, but assured me everything was fine. Still, I left feeling a bit unsettled. To this day, I'm not sure what I experienced in that basement, whether it was the culmination of my fatigue or something more malicious. I can't say for certain. But one thing's clear, I'm a lot more cautious about the side jobs I take now. Sometimes, the price of extra work costs a lot more than just time and sweat.